I've just had to do that. I went to my settings on Video Ninja, that screen, went to audio source, and selected the iPhone microphone. So now you should be able to hear me. I hope you can. I hope you can. Flipping it. We need to start the show. It's not, we got to make it quick. Yeah. We ready? We're all good now. Yeah, try that. Try that, because you should be able to hear me now. So annoying. So frustrating, Atro. Let me know how you get on.
Yeah, I can see he doesn't
like, yeah, either on mute or you haven't got your mic enabled in some way. For some reason, it might it's just a software. Just that settings button on the screen, and go to your audio source if you can. Maybe that will fix it. But I'm gonna start. And if it does fix it, just jump in, Atro. Cool. Are we live? We are live. We're back. I apologize, people. Sorry for the delay, technical difficulties. We're trying something new. We're trying something different on the show. I hope you can hear us. I hope you can hear us. You didn't let me know, because I don't know if you can hear us or not. Yeah, you can. You can. Good. Sorry, guys, for the delay. Like I said, let's get into it. Why not? We're all here. We're gonna start. Well, this is the news. These are the talking points, guys, for today's show. It is your usual Wednesday show. Carrick believes the lengthy break works in our favor. Let me know, guys. Let me know, because I think there's a stat somewhere saying that this break that we've had between games has been like the longest break we've had between a Premier League game or a football match, like during a season ever. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. It's been a long time, guys, and the break has been long. But Carrick says it works in our favor. Let's talk about it. Carrick also talks about and mentions our injury updates. We have injury updates, same sort of thing. Mount is back, playing. Dorgu's back, also training. That's a play, training. So we have further injury updates for you. And like I said, just mentioned about the Premier League record. Is it a record? How long have Man United gone without playing a football match? Are you itching to watch Manchester United? Because I am. And for the first time in a long time, I'm just frustrated that I'm not watching my team play football. It's annoying. It's annoying because I want to see my team play. And it hasn't always been the case. So we're going to look at that record and we're going to see or talk about at least what we think, what we expect from the lads when they come back. Are they going to be sharp? What's going to happen? It's Leeds. And against Leeds, guys, if we are not sharp, if we enter that game in the wrong mindset, they'll beat us. So we'll talk into it. We'll talk about it. Guys. Also, Fabrizio says that he thinks Manchester United will need at least 2 midfielders this summer because Ugarte could leave. Now, that might be music to some of your ears, and some of you might back Ugarte. I guess a lot of you will have. I reckon most of you will have the opinion that it's time for Ugarte to go. So Fabrizio's come out and he's factored in Ugarte. He's now spoken about Ugarte. So from when Fabrizio's talking about it, it means Manchester United are actively trying to sell you. It means you are gone. That's it. So we're going to talk about that. If you guys want to talk about Ugarte, we can talk about Ugarte as well. Anderson, people. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. Is he going to Manchester City? Is he though? Is he? We'll talk about that. The news is that Manchester City have won the race for Anderson. That's what everyone is saying. It might be true. It might be true, but no fee has been agreed. And Forest are demanding in excess of £100 million for him. So we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Are Man United out of the race? What does it mean? Where do we pivot to? Do we pivot to Tonali? Can we get Tonali? Let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And last but not least, are or could we be in for Dumfries? Could we be in for Dumfries, people? Imagine Manchester United getting Dumfries. Wishful thinking, maybe living in, imaginary land, but Dumfries? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it, guys. As usual, smash that like button, people. Turn on your notifications. Subscribe if you are new to the conversation. Let's explore the news together, people, and see what the hell is going on in Manchester United's world. See if I can see that. So, this has been a 24-day gap for Manchester United. Michael Carrick has come out and he has said, the 24-day gap, it feels a lot or seems like a long time. But factoring in the internationals, which is true, it's worked out all right, to be honest. The players are still playing, still training, going away and getting a bit of fresh environment, as well as them not having a rush back from internationals and giving the boys an extra few days just to spend time with their families or wherever they've ended up being. So I think it doesn't feel as long. I don't know, guys. How has this time been for you? Let's talk about the fans. Does it matter? Who cares? But either way, this has been a long time since we've had a match. And I'm conscious. I just hope that we are fresh and fresh in a way that when the first whistle blows, our intensity is high. Our pressing is high. We don't drop ever, not against Leeds. I hope that this period of time in Dublin, where everyone's living in a castle, we're not going to be lapse. We're not going to get lapse. We're not going to lose focus. Yeah. And we're going to come back stronger than ever. That is, I think, all what fans just want. That's all we want. Right. Yes, 24-day gap. That's more than 3 weeks of no football during a footballing season. It's not like this is the summer. That's a long time. But as Carrick is saying, he's assuring the people that the players are still fresh, the players are still training, they're playing hard. And it's also back good because we don't have to rush. So big up, people. Atro.
Yo, can you hear me now?
Yo, I can hear you. That is the good thing.
Okay.
That's a good thing. Big up, Atro. Big up, man. Finally, bro. Sorry for the technical difficulties. But yeah, it's good to hear your voice. So I'm trying to sort something out here as well. Making sure the sound is good. Because I hear an echo a little bit, Atro.
Apologies. Yeah.
Oh, you're good. So, man. How you doing, man? How you doing, guy?
Yeah.
In the building, people. Let me, Atro, introduce yourself. Talk to the people.
First of all, thanks for introducing me, Chosen. I'm good, thanks. I hope the same for you. I hope the same for everyone in the chat. I'm just a weekly listener like everyone else on the show for like the past couple of months now, I'd say. And yeah, support Man United. Love the content here, and we always keep coming back for it.
There you go. Big up, Atro, and Atro is jumping on the show today just to give his opinions on the matters. We are going to start something different. Like I said, Atro regularly comes into the show, regularly gives his opinion, and he thought, why not? Why not jump on? So we're going to start something where it's going to be more open for you guys to just jump on and just chop it up. So yeah, let's go. Let's continue. Do you have any thoughts on the time, the 24 days, and going up to Dublin and the players' freshness, or do you have any sort of like thoughts on that, Atro?
Yeah, like I think we've well, I have to do a super sub performance given the time constraints, so I'm gonna keep it short and concise. So I remember I think I kind of touched on this like a couple weeks ago when you were like talking about we're gonna have this 24 day gap. And I was like, I'm not too happy with it because we've seen sometimes with the players in the team that when we've given them quite a lot of rest, literally the game that they come in next, they typically are a bit lethargic and tired at the start of it. So like they lose that matched upness and if you want battle instinct, if you want from playing weekly football, which obviously is a given that we're only doing one game a week. However, that's why I was quite happy when the news broke about us going to do this in intensive training in Ireland, because for me at least, I know it's not going to be simulating like a match per se, but it's helping ensure the lads are, keeping on their feet, keeping on their toes. So hopefully,
it's all you want anyway. That's all you could do.
Yeah, exactly.
And also,
exactly.
like Carrick says, the guys are on international. The guys are on international duty, so they're playing football as well. So let's not forget that as well. So yeah, I feel like for me, and I reckon for you, as long as the guys do come back sharp, that's all. It's fine. It's fine.
Exactly.
It's a good thing. All right, let's go with Carrick's. What's Carrick saying with the injuries? Let's just see where we are with injuries, guys, where Manchester United are. Our game's on Monday. Today's Wednesday. So what's that? 5 days away. So we just need to know where we are when it comes to injuries. What's Michael Carrick saying? Lissandro. The break is actually worked in our favour in some ways. We've got players back, which is true, guys. Mason Mount is back and is around training, and he is training. He's had that period to build up, as Carrick says. Licha, of course, is back as well, which is also good for us because, our centre-back situation is starting to become a bit desperate. Let's be honest, people. So to have Licha back around Lenny, says Carrick, and Aiden, is just making the group stronger. So, yeah, these 24 days that we've had off, we've had time for players to recuperate and come back into the squad. So all good. And we desperately need Martinez. Let's say what you want about his height and all these things. We've got no Maguire for the next game or so. So, and Delete is, we don't need to start talking about Delete. So how important is Martinez? So we're talking him up a little bit. How important is he? Because I always talk about his line-breaking passes, Atro, and how important his line-breaking passes are. I love when he fizzes the ball through the lines, especially to Kuna. Those 2 assists for Ahmad stick out to me. Yeah, talk for like 30 seconds on Martinez. And just the players coming back.
Nah, exactly. So it's like what you're saying, Chosen, there with the line-breaking passes. I would definitely say one of the reasons why I would say we've seen a drop-off in the performance recently is because we haven't had someone like Martinez in the back line to really be progressing the ball forward, like breaking the lines and getting it to our midfielders to be able to get on the half turn and then progress it forwards. Big up Aiden and Euro, because I think they both have some capacity to be progressing the ball, but they're not as consistent and as confident, as you see Sandro Martinez. Sometimes you see this guy doing roulettes, giving someone like a flip flap or like an elastico and then just
Yeah,
progressing
that's
it
why these guys were
forwards.
trying to tell him, they were trying to persuade us that he should be playing in midfield. And I'm like, you know, when just because someone can pass the ball, it doesn't mean they're a midfielder. You know,
Exactly.
yeah. The Martinez, listen, I've always said I like Martinez, but in long term, we do need a defender that is more physically imposing, because as much as without his physical constraints, yeah, he's a good defender, but he does have those physical constraints that I feel like you do need. He's proven that you don't need them as much, but you know, when like you still need them. That's like, he'll never be that. He's only 90%, and you'll never be that 100% until he's 6'2". Like, there are some small defenders out there. Like, who's the Italian defender, the bald one, like a decade ago? Because it kind of that bald Italian defender who was small, but he was like the best defender in the world. But anyway, you can be small and be a great defender, but it's hard I feel like in the Premier League anyway. But all right, guys, let's move on. I know we've got a show to go. We've got Steve Holland. What's Steve Holland saying? Steve Holland has come out and he's basically said that our last game, you know, against Bournemouth, to the Leeds game that we're about to play on Monday, is a very big gap. A very big gap. Is it? Like, how big a gap? Is it one of the biggest gaps between games there's been? I don't know if, like, he says it's a Premier League record. So if Steve Holland says it's a Premier League record, then I guess we got to take his word for it, and you know, it's a Premier League record. But I just thought this was quite interesting, that I'm sitting at home thinking, "Raw, we ain't played the game in a while," and I know we spoke about that it's going to be a long wait, but at the same time, like, experiencing it, I'm thinking, "Raw, these international matches need to flipping hurry up." Like, apart from maybe Brazil against France, I'm like, this is crap. I want to see my team play football. But it's crazy. 24 days, people. Like, next season, we can't be getting knocked out of competitions early. Like, so we have to wait this summer for football. I don't care. That's what I've got to say about that. Big up Alfred. Big up Sausage up in the building. And Ivan as well. Big up Ivan. Let me read out a few messages before we move on. We ain't getting Anderson or Tonali. Those are top of the food chain midfielders, and we are still a struggling team. Best we can do is Wharton, in my opinion. Wharton, Jao Gomez, and Stiller, maybe. We'll get onto the midfielders for the last sort of 10, 15 minutes. And yeah, interesting. It's gonna be. I did say Tonali or Anderson, never both, and possibly neither. But we'll talk about it. Ivan says we need at least 3 consistent years in top 4 to be able to attract man like Elliot. I don't know, Ivan. I don't know about that one. We got some players, you know, like we attracted Casemiro, Cunha and Mbumo, but there you go. Ivan has said it. And before y'all say Cunha and Mbumo came, they are Man United fans. All right, big up Ivan. Big up Ivan. We'll talk about that. Alfred, big up Alfred. Big up Tech. Yeah, big up Alfred. This guy, it's like he's convincing people to do finance-related jobs and be accounted for a living. Wiz is better than Omar Frodada. What the hell? That troll, bro. Jason Statham in terms of handling finance. Silly. I reckon they're going to the Mateus Panache and Beleba. Penange. Big up Turkish. Hold tight, lads. Yeah. Big up Atro. All right. Going to lose against Leeds, Sausage. Man came in. Man has jumped in and said we're going to lose against Leeds. Bro, maybe I'm talking myself into the idea that we ain't going to start the game well because the gap's been long and we're going to be too relaxed and blah. Maybe I'm talking myself into that way of thinking a bit too much. Because, like I said, all I'm doing is, come on, guys, I hope. Just don't take Leeds for idiots. Just don't take them for idiots, please. You know.
I think we win it though. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, sorry to kind of divert. I know short on time, but it's like I kind of look at it in the sense of people. I would say you got like the jumpy factor back in Old Trafford nowadays. So even if we start off slow, I feel the crowd will still be up for it, and then like eventually the players will kick into gear, like the Palace 2-1 game at home. Like we started slow. There was, I think, a bit of a break before then. But then, like, eventually, you know, the gears started to turn. I know there was the red card, but we did actually start to play a bit better before the red card. And then obviously that red card helped more. But I think I don't know how much by, but I think we win it. I think we win it.
I feel like we're starting to, and this is what I look for, find a minimum, a baseline of at least effort. You know how before, if you, fair enough, be better than us, outplay us technically or whatever, but you can't overly outrun us. So if we lose matches now, it's because we're just not playing well. Rather than
100% agreed.
We're not battling anymore. Because there was once a time where we're out, and then TK will say it, that he would be like, no, we're not fighting, we're not battling. But I feel like we're building that robust team where we're starting to be like, okay, there's a minimum now that we will start to expect, and the sample size is getting bigger. And because of that, we can now go into games and feel, like you said, feel confident that, you know, we'll win this 2-1. We'll be tight, but we just got enough because we've got that base. You know, but all right. What's Fabrizio saying? Let's talk about the midfielders quickly, a few minutes. He's saying what we've been saying, what everyone's saying. So is it news? No, not really, people. But he's saying that United will need 2 midfielders this summer, as Ugarte could leave. Could go. So I don't know. This is not news. We kind of understand just by the fact that the guy's not playing football, bro. And whereas Kobe wasn't playing football and the fans weren't trying to push him out, or at least I don't think most of the fans were. There were some that were. Ugarte's not playing football, and I think all the fans are like, yeah, it's time to sell him. I feel like Ugarte's time is over. I'm not going to say too much. I'll probably give the floor to Atro. But I don't think it's news here in terms of anything we don't know. We definitely need a minimum 2 midfielders, for sure. 2 combative midfielders. It hasn't worked out for Ugarte. And it hasn't worked out because I don't think he's technically good enough. It's as simple as that. I don't need to go into detail. I could, and I might do. Once he leaves, we'll do a proper talk about him. We'll assess him. We'll assess his ball, his traits, and all these little things. We'll go deep. But for now, I just feel like he hasn't been good enough. Technically, simple as that. But yeah, 2 midfielders. Who could they be? Who could they be? There's news that, you know, City are close to Anderson. You know, which means City probably have spoken to the player, but there is no deal, no contact with Forest. So as I thought, I think City will get Anderson, which leads us to Tonali. But even that, and even though it leaves us with Tonali, I'm not 100% even convinced we'll even get Tonali. Atro, what are you saying to me?
Yeah, just to quickly touch on Ugarte. The exact same thing you're saying about the technicality. Like, respectfully, chat and chosen, you kind of can see why Ugarte was benched when he was at PSG. Like, he did play some games here and there, but when you see the midfield of Ruiz, Neves, and Fabian, you kind of see why Enrique looked at Ugarte and said, I can't really see you in the plans, respectfully. I don't think he's a bad player, but we've seen it in the terms of when he's been at United, him in possession hasn't been the greatest of, well, it doesn't necessarily need to be the greatest of players, but he doesn't really help tick things over, break the
No.
lines, or
What would he
so.
say? What
Yeah.
would he say? Sorry, I have to cut you. Something. Is his major strength? Was supposed to be winning the ball back, being aggressive, and all these things, and sort of being dominant. Because I still didn't expect him to be a Paul Pogba in midfield.
Likewise.
Even that part of the game, I'm like,
Exactly. He doesn't. It's not like it's like kind of Kante where his off the possession was like world class, but then in possession, it's like it's just all right. Like Agate has just been. I would say the best word to say is overwhelming because like what the kind of hype out.
underwhelming.
Yeah, the hype around him was like he was supposed to be like a typical typical traditional number 6 in the sense of breaks play, kick shins, does kick shins, and like he does everything, interceptions, this, that, the other, and then like he has enough technicality to function, but unfortunately, yeah, it's a bit, yeah.
It is what it is. Like I said,
Yeah,
I feel like he's had enough opportunities for me, and if he goes, that's the best for us. I don't think he's good enough, to be honest, and he needs to play football. So it is what it is. What's your thoughts about Anderson? I mean, like I said, personally, I don't feel like he's going to go to Manchester United. And you can also address TK's point. TK says no player in the Prem except Haaland is worth 100 million. Let City buy Anderson. He's a little he's a little bitch. He's a little bitch saying he only wants a club in the Champions League. Shows his soul is for sale. He can F off. Big up TK in the building. Yeah. What are you saying about Anderson?
Just to quickly say though, Sausage, I kind of agree, but don't forget we kind of need numbers as well. So Garte leaving is fair, but I wouldn't say it necessarily strengthens us. But sorry, circling
in terms
to
of numbers, no.
Yeah, like we need numbers. We can't just have it Kobe being our only midfielder next season.
Maybe don't rate him like Ugarte. Maybe he thinks Ugarte is just a negative. Maybe when he's on the pitch, he just is minus something to get.
The wayward passes don't help to help to back his case. So yeah, I can kind of hear it. But yeah,
what about Anderson?
Sorry, Anderson. I'm not too fussed, respectfully, about the whole situation with Anderson because, again, as we've said before, I think he's a good footballer and a good midfielder. I wouldn't say he's like a national level talent or like a world class talent. He's just a good midfielder, especially
Declan Rice done more, in the 3 years at West Ham. Listen, he doesn't justify 100 million. He just doesn't. But he at least did more for the 3 years or whatever he was in West Ham than Anderson's done, in my opinion, to justify that fee. But it is what it is. Sorry, continue, bro.
No, 100% on that. I mean, like, what I can't remember which West Ham manager converted him from CB to a DM, but you can literally see. Yeah, after that transformation, you actually did see a proper shift in West Ham's dynamic operations and like functionality in the team. And he won them European silverware. But that aside, like with this whole thing with Anderson, again, I just look at him as a good midfielder. I don't see him as a renowned number 8, which he's been getting the hype for the past 18 months or so.
I'm with you there.
So it's like, for me, I'm just like, if we don't get him, I'm like, fair enough, because it's like again, like I can't remember who said it in chat last week, but Anderson right now is 23. I think it was TK, and like Kobe is 21. And yeah,
and Kobe's done more. And that's when
Kobe's
I asked you, hold on a second.
Mm.
Let's think about this, because somehow they've done some switcheroo in our minds. If Anderson is worth 100 million, and think about Kobe's done more. He was playing for England at 18. Like,
right.
Then how much is Kobe worth? Let's not take the piss out of our own players, and that's why I'm saying, like, Kobe. I feel like Kobe's better than Anderson, bro. So I'm with you. I'm with you. For me, it's if you want to go City, cool. The only annoying thing for me, guy, is that knowing City, they're probably not going to pay 100 million for him. Knowing City, somehow they're going to get him for like 60 M's or something. If we went in for him, we would have paid 100.
Agreed.
Don't get twisted. But that's the only annoying thing. They're probably going to get him for cheap. Like, I can't. It's annoyed me how much they got people like Cherky for. Wasn't Cherky like 35 M's or something? Or Mamouche like 45?
No, Mamouche was about 70, 80 because they bought him in January. And he was... Cherky was about 35, but that's because he had a release clause.
Release clause.
Yeah, which we should have...
More than 35 though, bro.
Which we should have activated, because Omar Barada literally spoke to Cherky after the Lyon games. Oh my!
Nah, man. Cherky,
sorry, chat, but it's annoying.
The way that Cherky talks about Man United, bro, he's got a vendetta that's deep, bro. Man United did something to his mama. We just something to someone personal, bro. As an institute, I don't know, bro, because isn't Cherky the one always talking flames about how he wants Man United to lose and how he...
Yeah, that he'll like KILL us if he comes to Old Trafford, even though he got trapped in the rondo. But yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, man. Sit down, man. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with this guy? And the thing is, the way he talks about it, it's like he doesn't talk about it like it's football. He's like, "Oh, we're gonna kill them." I'm like, "Bro, chill. That, bro, it's football, you know." Like,
yeah.
Chill. That's why I'm like, bro, we didn't do nothing to your mama.
No, agreed. I did think he's heartbroken after the Lyon game, especially how they got back into the game. Well, we let them get back into the game, and then they ultimately ended up losing. So yeah.
DK says City getting Anderson for 60 M's will be what they'd report it. Manchiti. Yeah, good point. After Sandro, Rain, Bet, Italian, Drake, Mustasha, man like Mario. Don't let me start on that gambling degenerate Tonali. Bro, you know what I was thinking about this Tonali thing? Have you forgotten about this man and the whole betting thing? The way that we're like, yeah, let's buy Tonali. Didn't he get in trouble for all that betting?
Yeah, they even banned him for like 1 year of football as well. Yeah. I think as a result of that. But now you see, like, I do understand the pushback in relation to this, but personally, this is where it's important that if we are going to send Tonali, the club needs to do their due diligence in that. Make sure he hasn't, tried to get back into those kind of ways. But then also importantly, what like kind of safeguards and measures are you going to put in place such that it prevents him from thinking of doing such things again in the future? Be it like, I don't know, a wage doc in the contract, or
we need to. I agree. I always think about Mason Greenwood in these situations and how the club could have done more, maybe to guide him, because at the same time, like you are in charge of a 15-year-old for many hours. So I still feel like sort of the club do have some kind of duty to that, and those sort of things.
Definitely. But just a quick chime in though. The Greek gangster Maronakis is not going to just let Anderson roll over for 60 million. I'm not convinced respectfully, I'm not convinced, right, that people are like, oh yeah, City's just gonna get him for 16. No. Marinakis will make sure he gets his money because we literally saw Gibbs White was supposed to go to Tottenham, release clause activated, everything on the day. Last. Yeah, he saw Gibbs White trying to roll out to what's it called, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. He opened the door of the car and he said, "You're not going." Yeah, exactly. That.
Yes, you know, it's like crossing a drawbridge and you almost got to the end, man. Just snips.
Yes.
Right, last step, and then someone just cuts it in the shit.
No, honestly, I'm not convinced.
I forgot about that. Yeah, he's not gonna play. He's not gonna play around with his money.
Honestly, I'm not convinced he's just gonna let that slide.
We'll see. Oh man.
Fair.
Greek gangster. What's Alfred saying? The man looks very pleased to be depressed. Tom Holland. Alfred's on one today. So, at the end of the day, for me, Baleba and Wharton were always the two players that I reckon that Man United sort of knew they could fall back on. If that makes sense. I feel like Baleba, they can go in for him if they want. Whether that's going to make United fans excited enough or not, because some people have changed their minds on Baleba, it is what it is. And I think Wharton is gettable, especially if Palace go down. And where Palace? Aren't Palace still like 17th or something? Palace
but I think they survive, I can't lie, because I just view West Ham and Forest not to be of that level of consistency enough to just survive the relegation, like survive the drop. So, yeah.
What you're saying, Tottenham, for you, will survive? Yeah.
You know, it's ironic though, because
I want them to go down. I ain't gonna lie. I like anarchy. Listen, I'm the one who throws a grenade and runs away. Like, I'm like, if Tottenham go down, that'll be funny, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but I would say it would be a bit sad though, because like Tottenham have been such a big club in the sense of they've been in the Premier League so consistently long. So yeah, so it would be a bit sad to see a club go like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't have any venom for Spurs personally, even after the whole debacle last season. So I'm like, yeah.
That is when you know. Even a team beats you in a final, and the team is still so non-threatening. You're like, oh yeah, you keep.
Yeah, exactly.
So I ain't got no man. I ain't got no bullets for these guys, man. I ain't got shit. I ain't got no arrows on that, man. It's all right.
No, agreed.
That's still pity, though. That's what that is. All right, big up, people. Yeah, you're a Prem team until you're not. Man, ain't got no sympathy. Win your games to survive. You get me? All right, people. I don't know. I saw this and I thought, let's quickly end on this. I know we're kind of going over, but we've got a couple minutes left. Have you got any thoughts on this? Man United are one of 4 Premier League clubs preparing to pursue Denzel Dumfries from Inter Milan, who reportedly has a 25 million release clause. First of all, Google Dumfries for me 1 second. Let me quickly check his age. I feel like one of the first things I need to do is who is it coming from? It's coming from Team Talk. So that's the source. So that's whatever that is. But it's a talking point.
Yeah, they're not really that reliable.
No, they're not. Inter Milan. What are you saying? I mean, the source is a bit poo-poo.
Yeah.
But would you take Dumfries?
You know, in a wild alternate world, I would actually say yes, because like I understand he's like 30, right?
Yeah,
or like 29-ish. But it's just my issue is right, and this is why I'm praying we get a left back, or if Dorgu's gonna be the main left back, we just get like another one, just so they can be doing rotation. Like, respectfully, it's just Luke Shaw. Like, I keep looking at it like Shaw, Shaw. Like, and it's just like,
Bro, we tried to listen. We're not listen. I've got my mind made up.
yeah,
Yeah, we are never gonna replace Shaw, bro. We've tried, and
I
everyone's
know,
come. Yeah, and everyone who've come with the highest expectation of delivery, we're like, yes, Malaysia, or yes, Brandon, whoever it is, yeah, or yes, Teles.
yeah,
It's been like he's come back from the dead, bro. Or
yeah,
he's doing some voodoo black. I don't know, bro. Anytime you think this man is gone, Shaw comes back alive. He's risen like the Undertaker, bro. So I just feel like, listen, how old is Shaw now? 31, 32?
yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna sign another contract or something, like 1 year extension, and that's it. That's it.
Respectfully, if he signs another contract again, at this point, I'll be convinced the club are literally keeping him on respectfully to do some kind of fraudulent like maneuver or
Yeah,
something like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see like I remember right. Someone brought up I can't remember who it was, but someone brought up a stat. Luke Shaw has only been out of the whole 10. Like if you were to do it as whole seasons, Luke Shaw's only been fit for like about 3 to 5 full seasons out of the 10 seasons he's been at Man United. So I'm like, for 10 years of Luke Shaw, we've only really seen about at best 50% of Shaw.
Bro, and now the
I'm
thing
just
is, yeah,
like,
I love Luke. When Luke Shaw came, yeah, he was one of my favorite players, bro. Like I've always said, listen, I have a tiny bit of sympathy for Luke Shaw because, in my humble opinion, yeah, I feel like his career would have been different before that injury. I feel like he
100%.
had a different trajectory. I reckon, yeah, the way that he was running down that wing, yeah, and that jinxing and all that shit, I was like, wow, he could be the best left back in the world.
Mm,
Then after the injury, he came back, and then I feel like 6 months later, he got another injury. Like it was like a 9 months injury or something, which was
yeah,
crazy. And then he came back for 6 months, and then he got another one. And I was like, and then he came back again, and he was not confident.
never
He
the
didn't
same.
run past his
Yeah,
defender anymore. He lost a bit of pace. He gained weight, and I was like, oh, man.
yeah. I remember him at Sunderland being touted as like the next best fullback.
Yeah, the next one up.
Yeah,
Because
and like, yeah,
was it Sunderland? No,
Southampton.
Southampton.
No, sorry,
Yeah,
Southampton.
yeah,
Sorry.
because they're kind of
Yeah.
the Walcott,
Mm,
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
mm, mm.
I think Gareth Bale came from there. He was supposed to be the next Gareth
Yeah,
Bale.
yeah, yeah.
He was supposed to be.
I don't know.
Because when you think
I
about his
don't-
tech, yeah, when you actually think about Luke Shaw's actual tech, I've always said this.
Mm,
Technically, he's sound. He can cross the
agreed.
ball. He can shoot. He can pass. Short
Ooh,
pass. Like his control. His control's good. I've got no beef with his technical game overly. It's Luke Shaw's. It's this up here, bro, that I don't like about Luke Shaw. It's the way he
fair.
plays. It's his approach to football. It
Yeah,
frustrates me. But anyway,
that's fair. The shooting, though, I have to kind of dial back on because I
all
have
right.
seen Luke Shaw have some opportunities and he has absolutely scuffed it. Everything else, I completely agree. Passing, ball control, etc., etc. He's there, but shooting, I don't think
All right.
so. Personally,
Fair enough. I feel like he's okay at shooting. I feel like him fluffing the lines is more once again his brain. It's more once
yeah.
again like he's got the Dallo thing where Dallo
Mm,
for some reason when he's in front of goal, and I don't know why he scuffs it. When he's not in front of goal, he can pass the ball. He can strike the ball clean and hard, but in the penalty box, your heart starts beating a bit more, and then you think a bit too much. You concentrate a bit too much, especially these defenders who are not used to scoring goals. I feel like it's up there when it comes to his finishing. But I hear you.
mm.
What's Alfred saying? What's the chat saying?
The chat's so funny.
Yeah, bro. That's why I was laughing. I know what Alfred was saying, bro, and it was. I was like, "What is he talking about?" And then I looked up and I saw the pictures of Dumfries. I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Alfred, bro, it is diabolical image."
Luke Shaw equals Lazarus. No, TK, that's crazy.
Crazy. It's true. Anytime there's a threat to his position, he's like, "Oh, hold my chips and my burger."
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh my god.
Luke Shaw, Lukas Shorski, the Polish nightmare. Lukas is Carrick, the betrayer. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, I mean, come on, we're not getting Dumfries. I'm gonna poo-poo that story anyway. But it was just a good talking point, I guess. Good base. Once they start lacing the pudding at Carrington, Shaw was fit all the time. Man. Luke Shaw turns up when he sees Chinese for dinner. It's a good thing Luke Shaw will probably never see this stream, right?
Yeah, that's good.
But Luke Shaw, listen, Luke, if you ever see this stream, bro, in your life, listen, it's all bants, bro. It's all banter. You know, you are a bit, you know, your neck's a bit wide, bro. Like, it's all right. You know what I mean? Your chest is a bit heavy. It's all right, man. It's how you are. I just feel like some people just have that body, bro. Look at Mbumo. People trying to make people are trying to get at Mbumo like for months, bro. For months. Mbumo's just Mbumo, bro.
Yeah. But I'll never forgive Luke Shaw pulling up to whatever game it was in the Europa League with that pot belly. Oh my. I was not happy. Yeah, I was not happy seeing that, respectfully. Because, like, at the core of it, you're a professional athlete. You have to be taking care of your body. Like, I understand that might be, like, some, like, you know, mental kind of constraints and stuff, but your body is literally what you use to work in your job. And you doing that to me kind of really tells me where your mind was at, or where it kind of is at, respectfully. So, yeah,
I hear what you're saying. And to add to what you're saying, you know, when I kept saying, and I just repeat, it's this mentality I don't like, because of certain people I spoke to who know him, who've confirmed that he's a lazy ass MF. He is. And when you see how he plays football, and you kind of believe it. But anyway, it's not anti Luke Shaw day. I don't know. We got into this place where we're just punching man up, punching up Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is Luke Shaw, man. It is what it is. The only way to get Shaw on the stream is with a promise of a hot plate, man. We can go all day. I reckon the chat could go. It's only like a few of us. Oh, we're already just going all day. Listen, you always, mate. Yo. That was my Valentina De Rossi. You're funny. Alfred makes me laugh, you know. All right, guys. What do you say, Atro? We're good?
Yeah, I'm good. I would have said, like, the only other talking point I would have had around the midfield is kind of like based on like how settled the teams are. I do appreciate we've gone a bit over time, but just more in the sense of like, considering we're the most settled team, I've kind of looked at it now as like a double-edged sword in the sense of Liverpool 100%. Now are bad, respectfully to them, but they are bad. Chelsea aren't great. Arsenal, even though Arsenal are top of the league and stuff, quote unquote, like, when you still look at their side, like, they don't play the best kind of football. And it's like, and like, the irony is their core spine are literally at the prime ages. I mean, like what? Zubimendi and Rice are 27 years old. I think Odegaard's about 26. Kai Havertz
Yeah.
is 26. Saka's 25, 26, etc., etc. So it's like they're not producing good football despite being in the core, like, like I don't know, like Chelsea's team when they won the league years back, us back in like the early 2000s, etc., etc. So I'm like, this kind of now, like with that kind of perspective, kind of makes me look at them and say they actually might go out to get midfielders this summer. Like, obviously, they need to shift people, and I don't think their like history for the last couple of years helps them with attractiveness.
Yeah.
But
There's going to
it's
be
like,
competition this
yeah,
summer for sure.
exactly. So
Arsenal
I
have jumped
think,
in.
they're like, there's legs. Sorry to cut you in about Arsenal having inquired about Tonali in January, because it's like I look at that midfield and I say it's all right, but it's actually not. Well, I've never said it's personally. I've never said it's a great midfield. I'm sorry to say, but like we have to keep it up. But um, I don't look at it and I say like that's a solid midfield. I'm just like it's all right because like you have some players who can rotate and stuff. So yeah, like it's kind of, I would say, a bit
I
I don't know if
bittersweet
that's what.
pros and
Yeah,
cons.
bittersweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying.
exactly.
Yeah. Do you know what?
It's
There's
kind
been
of
teams
crazy.
that have changed players, 2 or 3 players in their first team and gone on to win leagues. It depends how you do it and what positions. And like because because the profiles will be similar.
Mm.
I feel like that's what matters. If you're changing the profiles and changing the whole system, that's different. If you've got just a younger profile, then I'm more confident that the form, the trajectory that we're on will continue. I understand that a lot of teams will need midfielders. I feel like I agree with you with the whole Arsenal thing as well.
Mm.
And the
Liverpool
thing, do you know what I
definitely.
mean, with
Well,
Tonali, the whole Tonali thing, because Tonali wasn't top of the list anyway, and Tonali for me just come out the blue. I'm just seeing it as a bonus. My mindset is Baleba and Water is an upgrade. Those two are at the base. And the whole Tonali thing, because it came out only recently, these few weeks, just to fill the space, in my opinion. And listen, if you do get him, we get him. But if Arsenal
right.
get him, great. No, hold on. If Arsenal get him, not great, obviously.
Actually, I don't know,
I know.
because like even with sorry to keep going, but even with Arteta's football, I don't think someone like Tonali actually thrives at Arsenal. If there's a change in manager, I would say so, because like how he plays is more like, say, even though he does work hard with Joe Linton and Bruno G, he plays more like an advanced 8. So considering how like conservative Arteta is with his football, that I don't think that complements how Tonali would like to play. But at the end of the day,
At the
I
moment,
still think it edges, like, since we can offer him a starting role if he comes into United right now,
yeah.
like
We'll see. I
that edges it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do want Tony. I hope he comes. All right, guys. Go on. You say?
PSG already 1-0 up.
Yeah, TK's thing. We're gonna end the stream in a bit, guys, in a second. Wiz and Atro, mate. We all know United aren't playing the best football after City and Arsenal. I don't know what has struck, said Alfred. Also, guys, you know what? To end, I just want to announce that I've been. Let me see if I can get this right. I've been invited to the Sidemen event. Sidemen
Ooh.
pre-event. I think Sidemen are a bunch of YouTubers. I think KSI and those guys. And they've got a pre-match charity event next week. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do there, but I've been invited. So I'm probably gonna kick ball, maybe with those guys. We'll see. There's going to be other YouTubers there, other sort of like content creators there as well. So I don't know. I might just take my camera, film the event, see who I can interview, and then upload it. But
That's massive.
I'll let you guys know more about it. Basically, there's a few YouTubers got invited, some small channels like myself, and we got basically I had to take part in a competition. So apparently I'm either going to be like on the Sidemen team or on the YouTubers team. So I've got to bring my trainers. So man said Sidemen is an eating contest. Say hi to Luke. That's funny. Yeah. So listen, I've never been to something like this before. So hopefully it'll be fun. Like I said, I'll film it, upload it on the channel for you guys to see what it's about. I'll get more information about it as well. So yeah, good stuff. And yeah, I mean, plenty of opportunity to network and just to see what the space is like and just to get out there in the real world, because you know, in front of the TV, in front of the screen is one thing, but getting out there, showing your face is another thing. So big up everybody today. I feel like today's show's been, even though it started the way it started, and apologies for being late, guys. I'm really sorry for being late. We're trying something new. Atro is jumping on the channel, and hopefully some of you guys will also be jumping on just to give your perspective on the news, because I can give mine and you guys hear my perspective all the time. But sometimes it's just good for you guys to get your voice, not just in the chat, but just verbally, you know. It's just easier for you lot, and it's better for me because I get to really hear your opinion. And conversation as well. You get to hear a conversation rather than me trying to instigate a conversation from you guys. So big up the chat, big up the community as always. Always good shows, guys. We'll be back on Friday as normal. Friday will be the pre-match show. Yes, our first pre-match show for a while. So we need to talk everything Leeds against Manchester United. We need to get back into the game mindset. So Friday will be our match preview show. And if Atro's around or anyone's around, you can jump in as well on that show. I'm gonna try leave some of these shows open. Like I said, I'll give you guys more information on the Sidemen event. The Discord is in the description as always. Jump in the Discord, guys. Have a conversation. Atro, you got any parting words, my guy?
Yeah, sorry for laughing. It's just TK and Alfred still. No, like always, thank you for having me on, Chosen. It's been a pleasure to chop it up like usual. Big up the chat for always keeping it entertaining and also putting your thoughts as well. And yeah, no, I'm so sorry that those extra Dumfries comments have done me. But I hope everyone has a good evening. And if you're watching, UCL, I hope you enjoy it as well.
All right, guys, man, you bunch of idiots. Flipping it. Big up, man. Have a good evening.